I love bills so much that, hey, you know what? Let's do a problem about a bill. So, first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to read this problem. It says, your car broke down and the final repair bill was $440. The replacement parts cost $120, and the charge for the mechanic's labor was $64 an hour. Write an equation to represent the bill, and then solve the equation and explain what your solution means. So I need to do two things. First, I need to write an equation, and then I'm going to solve it. To write an equation, first thing I'm going to do, let's look for that biggest number. My biggest number in this context was 404. That was my total. If it's my total, I know that's what it's going to equal. So I'm going to go equals 440. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and try and find the variable. So let's read through the rest of our statement again. It says the replacement parts cost $120. The charge for a mechanic's labor was $64 an hour. Okay. And now, again, remember that our variable is always going to be connected to the thing that we do not know. So looking at our two numbers that we read, it says the replacement parts cost $120. Is there anything we don't know about that? No. So we know the variable is not going next to that. Then, and the charge for the mechanic's labor was $64 an hour. We don't know how many hours we work, so we're going to put our variable next to 64. So we're going to go 64x. And then we had a 120 in here. That comes from the replacement parts. Now, if I had to pay for the replacement parts and also pay for the labor, I know I'm going to have to end up adding those two things together to get my total cost. I had to pay for both of them. So my equation is 64x plus 120 equals 440. Now again, I want to get everything away from x. I want to move everything that's not x all the way to the other side of the equation. So to move any term to the other side, I need to either subtract or add. Again, I'm going to just do the opposite of the sign that's next to it. So since this is plus 120, I'm going to subtract 120. Okay, and whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Again, I want to improve our organization a little bit. Let's put a line right through here so we don't get confused. Okay, so I bring down my equal sign. Now I'm just rewriting my statement. 120 minus 120 is 0, so that cancels out. And now I'm just left with 64x on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that down here because, again, I'm just rewriting my statement. So I have 64x equals 440 minus 120 is 320. Okay. Now to move a coefficient, again, a coefficient is just the number in front of a variable. We always have to either divide or multiply. Okay. Here in this case, it's saying we have 64 multiplied by x. Whenever they're right next to each other, that means we're multiplying them. So the opposite of multiply is to divide. I'm going to divide by 64, divide by 64. So x equals 5 when I do that in my calculator. Now I want you to solve this problem. As you can see, I like selling Christmas trees. Mr. Perry sells Christmas trees. One day last year he made $758. He sells big trees at $49 a piece. If he already made $72 that day selling small trees, how many big trees did he sell? I want you to write an equation and then solve. Good luck.